I'm 16 now. And nothing has changed. Since my birthday, as the time I'm recording this was just 2 days ago, you know what time it is. It's time to do that annual thing where I go over every single game in my video game collection. Because I already did that once, I am actually going to be kind of skimming through all the ones that I already talked about in the previous video in depth, which had to be split into 5, 15-minute parts. I am just going to quickly state my opinion on the ones that I've already discussed in depth in that previous video, and then whenever we come across a new game that I didn't discuss in depth, I will discuss that one in depth. To save time, maybe this video will be shorter, more than likely. Will it fit into one video? No, more than likely not. However, a man can dream. So, here you go. This is my opinion on every single game that I own, and a catalog of every single game that I own as of the end of April 2022. Good. Decent. Really good. Excellent. Better than the original Game Boy, but still just decent. One of, if not the greatest console ever made. Overrated, but still pretty good. This console is my childhood. Excellent. Much like the Wii and the 360, this console took up a very large percent of my childhood. I have a lot of nostalgia for it. It's fantastic. Similar to the Wii, 360, and 3DS, this console took up a large percentage of my childhood, and it is absolutely excellent. However, it's definitely the most flawed of the four. No. Here we are, the new boy, the PS4, my very first ever PlayStation console. I got this for Christmas of 2021, and I absolutely adore this thing. This is easily one of my favorite consoles of all time as of right now. The load times are absolutely fantastic. The convenience of it as well is awesome, because my favorite feature of it easily is whenever you can exit out of a game, you can hit the home button and then turn off the console, come back to the console, and all your progress is saved. And it even saves your progress without turning off the console. I know that might not sound like a lot, and that's on the Switch as well, but every other console other than the Switch does not do that. So this is a very convenient feature. This thing is fantastic. Easily one of my favorite consoles of all time now, and I have put an ungodly amount of hours into it, thankfully, in part to one game, which we will discuss when we discuss the PS4 games. Once again, an absolutely fantastic console. This is the most modern thing I have. Absolutely fantastic. Also, for all your controller guys, these are my controllers. I have a lot of them. They're pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. As per usual, let's begin this journey with all of my incredible NES games. It's golf. That's all it is. A new one! My favorite Kirby game of all time. I love this game. I played it for the first time on this channel, and I absolutely loved it, and I kept playing it for a long time, and I really like it, and I finally got a physical copy of it. This is not common, so I'm very happy that I got it. Good game. Love it. Yet another new game! Mega Man 3! I got this game recently, obviously, guess when, and it's good. It's really good. Not quite on the same level as Kirby's Adventure, but it is definitely one of the better Mega Man games I played. Good. It comes with 3 games, and 2 of them are good. The bottom one is not. Weird, but surprisingly charming and a lot of fun. This is probably the best of the NES Marios. Very similar to Metroid, extremely confusing, but just very charming. It's a fun little Game Boy game. This game is hilarious, but in all the wrong ways. This game is also hilarious, and also in all the wrong ways. One of the better versions of Game Boy Pac-Man. I don't like this game very much. This game is godly. It's a game show game, it's fine. Honestly, not a fan of this. Aha, a new one, Donkey Kong. This is one of the better Game Boy games that I own. It is a ton of fun. Now, I don't have any other version of Donkey Kong to compare it to, but as of right now, I'd say this is definitely the best version that I've played, at least. This is probably one of my favorite Game Boy games, if not my favorite Game Boy game of all time. This one's in a very close second. My most recent SNES game, F-Zero. It's fine, I guess. I still do think this is a good game for the time. I just find it extremely difficult to go back and play it. This is an absolutely fantastic Zelda game. Great. This is a fun little thing. I can't remember if this was in the original video or not. I don't think it was. But I'll say you can paint a bunch of stuff make your own music. It's a pretty fun little toy box. I'm not that into sports games, but this is honestly one of the better ones that I've played. This is one of the greatest video games ever created, and easily one of the best 2D platformers ever created. This is one of the best RPGs on the entire SNES. I really like this game. I don't know why I own 2 of these, but I gotta admit, this version is pretty funny. Yeah! This is one of my favorite games of all time. It's in my top 10. Easily, absolutely love it. It's a bit jank, but it's a lot of fun with friends. This is an excellent RPG and easily my favorite on the Nintendo 64 so far. This is a really, really cute and charming little game, and I have to say, I still don't know whether I prefer it or its successor. I mean, it's Mario 64, what do you want me to say? It's one of the best games ever time, you gotta play it. Alright, GameCube's up next. And of course, we start off with a new one, Animal Crossing. I got this one. It is a lot of fun. I will say I was in fact correct. The handheld Animal Crossings, for whatever reason, just didn't click with me. But for some reason, playing it on the big screen, I have no clue why. It really makes this formula just click. It worked with New Horizons, it worked with this. The other Animal Crossing games I got didn't click nearly as much, but this one is definitely my second favorite in the series. It is a fantastic game, and I highly recommend you play it. I mean, it's actually not as bad as you would think. This is one of the greatest games ever made, easily, and it's not even close. It's in my top 10. I absolutely adore this game. I have yet to play Pac-Man Versus because it requires Game Boy Advance compatibility. Pac-Man World 2, however, is actually a pretty good time. I'm gonna be honest, the novelty of owning this sort of wore off over time. I still do think it's a good game, but man, is it tedious sometimes. This is one of the best games on GameCube, easily, and one of the best games ever made. So, it's Star Fox Adventures. You know, it's not as bad as everybody said it was. Granted, I haven't really played many Star Fox games. In fact, last year was the year that I really started playing Star Fox games. And while this is obviously different from the normal formula, I actually still found it to be a pretty fun Zelda-like game. It's obviously severely flawed in many ways. However, I would overall say that it is a decent time. Okay, I have to be honest, I don't get the hype around this game. I played it, it was fine, and that's all it was. This game is flawed, but I still absolutely love it. I'm sorry, even though I know a lot of people agree with me on this, I still think this is probably around the same as like Mario Galaxy 2. This is one of the funniest games I own. I got it for my birthday, but then I opened it and I realized it's in a PS2 case, but for some reason, it comes with the original artwork, the manual, and the disc, and yet, like, how do you lose the case? Like, I don't understand, like, what? Like, how do you lose the case and not the artwork? I don't understand. Maybe the case broke, but the GameCube cases are tough cookies. There's no way that one of those things broke, unless you, like, intentionally threw it at the wall. This game has a story mode, which is really funny, because, you know, well, it's Tetris. Like, well, it's Tetris. Like, I'm still baffled, but yeah, it's pretty funny, I'll be honest with you. But the core Tetris gameplay is actually decent. This is one of the best games ever made. I mean, I don't feel like I need to explain myself. Yeah, this is a really good RPG, especially for the time. This game is really good. I will say it has aged a bit poorly in some aspects. However, I still do think it is a very solid time. Please forgive me, but I am not going to be including the DS games without cases. I will say that the DS games I do have without cases include Pokemon Diamond, Pokemon Soul Silver, Bowser's Inside Story, Pokemon Diamond, and a bunch of other, like, random games that people probably don't care about. Anyway, let's get into it. Animal Crossing Wild World. This was one of the ones I tried to get into, but I couldn't. I still think it's a good game, however, I just personally didn't get as into it as many other people, and I honestly found it a little bit disappointing, but I still am very happy that I own it. Still a fake case, still depressed about it, but I love the game, one of the best Pokemon games ever. Did the game case fall out? I swear to... This game is godly. This game is kind of overrated, to be honest. This game is fine. I've already stated my opinion on New Super Mario Bros. U. I understand, you know, this is the first one, it's good, you know, first one. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get into this game. I'm sorry. I know that I'm going to get a lot of flack, especially considering, like I said many, many times before, this is the first game in the series, but I just could not get into this. I'm sorry. Assassin's Creed, I've already stated my opinion about this in the tier list video. It's good. I think this was in the previous video, so I'm just going to say it's good. This game is fantastic. Really love it. I gotta be honest. This game pisses me off sometimes. However, it is a very, very good game. and I'm not going to say it's bad at all. All I will say is I am horrible at video games, and so this game, I'm worse than most people at it. However, I still do find a very, very good time in it. This one I have a significantly harder time finding fun in this one, simply because it's a lot easier than the first game, yet more annoying than the first game because every time you die, the game gets harder, which is a stupid mechanic. The world isn't as interesting, the music's not as good, but I will say that this is still a very good game. I despise this game. This game is not that good. This game is that good. This game is that okay. Yeah. I broke it again. I don't know why, but breaking the Godfather, the game, is just like my favorite hobby. This game is fantastic. This was definitely in the original video. This game is absolutely fantastic. I expected this game to be good, but it is absolutely blowing me away right now. I've been playing this game for about a week now. This might just be the best puzzle game I have ever played in my entire life. This game is genius. Like, it is like almost stupid how genius it is. It is so good. This game is my childhood, but it's aged very poorly. This game is also my childhood, but it's aged a little bit better than poorly, but still poorly. This game is probably my favorite Sonic game. This game sucks. This game was extremely disappointing. I've already spoken about this game like a million times, but if you don't know, this is one of the best games ever made, and it was my favorite game for a very long time. And I love it so dearly, and it is so cool to finally have an original copy of it, which I fell in love with back in like 2014 or whatever. This is an absolutely atrocious port. This is a great 2D platformer. This game is boring after like it is like painfully boring. It's not much better than the original. This game is fantastic, easily one of the best Wii games. I've heard that this is one of the better ones. However, I am going to be cautiously optimistic. You know, like that feeling where like you play a game and you're like, I think I'm having fun. That's what this is. That's like, I think this is fun, but I'm not sure. Okami, this game is stunning. I mean, it says it all right there. But I mean, oh my lord, this game is absolutely incredible. I don't know what to say other than, like, it is just so good. Like, it is scary how good it is. I will say, on the Wii, it is a little bit annoying to control. It doesn't take away from the fact that this is a experience. This game is godly. Every single year I get a Pikmin game. Every single year. People were right. People were right. This game is probably the best Pikmin game. The cave system I really love. It's more of a strategy game than the original. I think that's its biggest strength. It takes the strategy gameplay of the original and it makes it more strategic. Plus, it's on the Wii and the Wii Pikmin control. I don't care what anybody says. I'm sorry. The Pikmin is literally, it was made to go on the Wii. Like, it was made to go on the Wii. I can't even put into words how special this game is. I've said some things about this game in the past, but after replaying it, I can definitely make a final statement. This game is just as good as the original. This is one of the better Smash Bros, I think. It's one of those games where I think I have fun, but I think I have a lot of fun with it. I gotta be honest, this game is extremely overrated, but it's still a lot of fun. This is another one of my all-time favorites. It's in the top 20 for sure. I really like Xenoblade Chronicles. It's Angry Birds, but on 3DS. It's fine. It's Animal Crossing on 3DS. It's good. This game is more godly than most other games.
This game is the ultimate game. This game was sent down from the skies above by God himself. He sent this game to us as an act of mercy.
It's alright. This game is not that good. This game is pretty good. This game is fine, I guess. I got a case for it. Let's go. This game is good. I gotta be honest, the cutscenes are annoying, but the actual game is fine. I've already explained to you why this game is so special to me and why it means what it means to me. I don't think I'm ever gonna come across a game that I am quite as emotionally attached to as this game. Yoshi's Woolly World. This game is a lot of fun. I haven't played the Wii U version, but I have played the 3DS version, and it's pretty good. This is a good Mario game. It's better than all the new Super games combined, pretty much, but it's probably the worst of the 3D Mario games. I have a ton of nostalgia for this game. I've put way too many hours into it. I still really love it, though. The other LEGO Batman games are so much better. This is my least favorite one, easily. This game is fantastic. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This game is great. I think I've said enough about this game. Let's just not talk about it. Let's just pretend it does not exist never has existed, and never will exist. This is one of the best 2D platformers ever, and easily one of the best ones on the Wii U. This is the best Mario Kart so far that I played. I have so much nostalgia for this game. I have played it for so much time. I absolutely love it. Fantastic. I have to admit, I didn't get as into this game as I would have liked. I threw this game in the toilet. I think that says enough. This is one of my favorite games ever. I have, what's similar to Minecraft, I have so much nostalgia for it. I have put so much time into it with Isaac and Kai. Love this game. It's so boring. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's boring. One of the best games I've ever played, easily in the top 10. I absolutely adore this game. I used to think this game was fine, but then Christian chose Machamp. Screw this game. Another new one, Rayman Legends. A lot of people absolutely adore this game. I just simply think it is really, really, really good. Definitely one of the best platformers on the Wii U. I wouldn't say one of the best 2D platformers of all time. Granted, I have only played it for like 3 hours, but the 3 hours that I did play were really fun, and I cannot wait to go back and play more of it. This was kind of one of those games I would just kind of play subconsciously while I was talking to somebody or watching a YouTube video, just because it's, it's one of those games, so I really like it. I got Star Fox Zero, Star Fox Guard, and the cool box for them. Star Fox Guard is actually really, 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 really cool. It's like basically like a tower defense type thing. I just thought it was a really fun time. Star Fox Zero, not as bad as everybody says it is. I went into it expecting to hate it, and it actually turned out to be a pretty fun game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Is it really annoying? Sometimes. Of course, I actually do think that the positives outweigh the negatives with this one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I will say I don't like that it's just another retelling of Star Fox 64, but as somebody who's never played Star Fox 64, I'm okay with that. I have a ton of nostalgia for this game, and it is one of the better games on the Wii U. I really like it. This game is cool. I'm not as into it as other people, but I still think it is a really, really good game. This game is another game that I'm not as into as other people, but I still do think it is a really, really, really good game. I'm quite a big fan of this game. This is a fantastic game. This game is fine. This game is good. All three of these games are great with the exception of Revelation, which is good. This game is not that good. This game is my favorite Call of Duty game. Is it nostalgia? Yeah. Is it because of the zombies? Yeah. But guess what? I don't care. I still like it. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Dallas, didn't you just cover this game on the 360? Well, yes, I did, but I didn't cover the Xbox One version of it, which is actually just the 360 version of it. It's on the Xbox One, so therefore it's worse. Oh, Skyrim. How people hate Skyrim now because it's, quote, overrated. I don't care what people say. This game is popular for a reason, and I love it. It's in my top 10 easily. I absolutely adore this game. I have also said some words about this game. I have said some words, some very negative words. I think it's better than I used to think. I still don't think it's very good. I think it's fine. This game has actually grown on me. This game is still not good. This game is still absolutely incredible because it literally contains 4 of the best games ever made. Combat Evolved 2, 3, and 4, which all 4 of them are absolutely fantastic. If you want me to choose my favorite would be 4. Please don't kill me. But yeah, there you go. I'm not that into sports games. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not too into this one. Same with this, I'm not too into this one. I just don't like sports games at all. I will say it's really weird, but it comes with Galaga, Pac-Man, and Dig Dug, so that automatically makes it really good. So, this game comes with, like, everything that's ever existed that Rare made. Everything that they made by themselves is on here. There are some gems. Banjo-Kazooie, Perfect Dark, Viva Pinata, Battletoads, Jet Force Gemini, good. Construction, whatever the heck his name is. What is, oh crap, Blast Corps. That's what it's called, Blast Corps. It's got a bunch of good games on here. This is one of the best Xbox One games easily, and it's not even close. This is one of the best deals you can get on the Xbox One. I highly recommend it. This game is absolutely beautiful. This game requires a membership to play, so I'm not into it. Bloodborne. I really think this game is amazing, and it's easily an 8 out of 8. I have to admit, because I suck at video games, I do find it difficult to go back to this game whenever I get stuck on a hard boss. Don't kill me for it, please, I'm sorry. But I will say, out of all of the, quote, get good games that are out there, this one is easily my favorite, and I think it is a fantastic experience. I was actually recommended to play this game last year in last year's video. I went into this game thinking it was going to be good. This game is, like, insane. And I mean insane in both insanely good and, like, actually, like, insane. Like, this game is way faster than I gave it credit for. Like, I expected it to be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be pretty fast. No, like, it basically is like, you need to run. Like, move everywhere. This game is fantastic, and I highly recommend it. Ah yes, Ghosts of Tsushima. The most I wanted to play a game in a very long time. Whenever it came out in 2020, I was like, I need this. Then I found out it was PS4 exclusive, and I got sad. And here we are, finally. It's almost poetic. It's really, really, really freaking good. It is very much so just your stereotypical open world. However, the open world itself is absolutely stunning. The actual gameplay itself is very much similar to a traditional Ubisoft game. However, I still do think that this game is absolutely fantastic, and to anybody with a PS4, I recommend it. So I'm currently playing through this game, coincidentally enough, with my dad, because, you know, that's funny. You know, dad game with dad. That's great. And so far, both me and him are absolutely loving it. The actual storytelling is fantastic, and Christopher Judge gives what might be one of, if not the best performance in any video game ever. Like, that man is so good at what he does. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite games of all time, but I still think that this game is absolutely fantastic. I only started playing this game yesterday, and so far I think it's really good. It's actually really pretty. Like, the open world is nice. I will say the facial animations and the actual like movement animations, like in cutscenes and stuff, are not very good. However, I adore the way that the world looks and the way that Aloy moves, like as she's running through the like, it's something so small. And I know I'm probably gonna get canceled for saying this. The fact that they actually took time to make her move like how a woman would move is really, it's respectable. And I know a lot of people be like, oh, how dare you, blah, 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 or whatever. I don't care. The fact that they actually took the time to animate her to look different rather than just copy and paste from another game is really admirable. Overall, this game is really something special. Do I think it's going to become one of my favorite games of all time? No. But do I think it is going to become one of my favorite PS4 games? More than likely. I am one of like 500 people that owns one of these, and I am so happy about it. You have no idea the joy that I have when I look into this, and when I look at this, whenever I hold it and I acknowledge the fact that it exists. I own Hue, guys. It is here. Here it is. This game is really, it's more than something special. This game is absolutely incredible. Spider-Man PS4. This game is really freaking good. And overall, I think that this is the best superhero game ever made. And I gotta be honest with you, it really made me feel like Superman. This is one of the most fun games I have ever played in my entire life. I remember last year I said I have not played a Metal Gear Solid game. I can now say that I have, and I can now say that the Metal Gear Solid game I did play is one of the most fun video games I have ever touched. This is literally, it's just a sand. At first I was like, oh, I don't understand. This isn't a sandbox. I don't know what people are talking about. No. This is a literal sandbox. Like, you can do whatever the heck you want. Holy crap. This game is, wow. I own 2 copies of this game. Well, actually, I own 3, but I was going to save that because I thought it'd be funny. Now, I don't know if you've heard me talk about this game before, but have you ever heard of Persona 5? I am going to go ahead and I am going to loop in Persona 5 Royal as well. I did buy both, or I got this one for Christmas of last year, and I bought this one on my own because I'm an idiot. Persona 5 is my favorite game ever made. It is my it's easily number 1 now. You might be thinking, well, what I thought it was tied. No, after a lot of careful consideration, and after a second playthrough, and after a third playthrough, I think I've decided, yes, this is number 1. I can't think of another game that I adore more than this one. I mean, obviously Royal is better because it's literally just Persona 5 but with more content. But Persona 5 is really something special, and I am going to actually make a full scripted review retrospective video on it very soon, and I am very excited to actually go in depth with exactly what I absolutely adore about this game. But yeah, overall, it's like a solid 4 out of 10. Ratchet & Clank! It's a fun time! It's a really fun time. Is it as fun as people made it out to be? No. Is it a really fun time, though? Yeah. My second favorite PS4 game that I own, and yet another top 15, top 10 game, Resident Evil Village. I have the steelbook for this game, and I'm so happy that I do. It's so cool. It looks so cool. But Resident Evil Village. For the longest time, I considered 4 to be my favorite in the series, because it was the only one I played in the series, but then I played Village, and I decided, yeah, this is better than 4. I am not going to go too in-depth because I feel like it's not doing this game justice. I can't describe the gameplay without going on like a 30-minute tangent. All I will say is gameplay very, 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 very good. Game very, very, very scary. The story is kind of dumb sometimes, but it's pretty fun, and the ending is actually surprisingly pretty touching. Overall, I highly, highly recommend this game, especially to any Resident Evil newcomers. This game is excellent. This port sucks. The best Zelda game, probably my favorite Zelda game. I don't know. I'm still deciding between this and Majora's Mask and Wind Waker. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, this game is really good. This game is a really solid remake. Do I think it's a little bit too much like a Game Boy game? Yes. Do I think it is still a really, really fun time? Of course. This game shouldn't be as fun as it is, and it shouldn't be as good of a crossover as it is, and it did the impossible, and it made me like the Rabbids. This game is really good. The fact that this game exists at all and that I'm holding it is enough to, like, blow my mind. But not only that, it's so good. Like, it's so good. Like, it's dumb how good it is. And that makes me happy. This game is excellent. If you want my full in-depth thoughts, then go and watch my review. But overall, to sum it up here, I think this is a really, really good game and a really fun Switch game. My third copy of this game. Let's go. Oh, I can't even look at it without all my heart. This game is easily the best game I have ever played in my entire life. Is it my favorite game I've ever played? No. Is it the best? Not even close. But all I'm saying is, for the love of God, play this game. Play this game, please. It is so good. Do it. Do it. No balls. Do it. For those of you who don't know, this is like my dream game, except if it was in a modern setting, it would be my dream game. It has every aspect that I wanted from a Pokemon game ever since I was young. If it took place in Kalos, it would become like my favorite game ever made. Because for those of you who don't know, Kalos is literally my favorite thing that the human race has ever made. But I mean, that doesn't take away from the fact that this is one of the best games on the Switch easily, and it's one of my favorite Pokemon games overall now. I got the dual pack. I have both. I've already spoken about these two games. They are fine. This game is a ton of fun. Probably the best version of Tetris I've ever played. Really like it. This game is fantastic. I highly recommend it for anybody who has a Switch, and for anybody who's really into online shooter games. This game is like pure zen. I've already stated my opinion on this many times. I think as a collection it sucks, but every single one of the games in the collection is absolutely fantastic. Mario Maker 2, I've played this a lot more, and it's grown on me a lot more. I have the bonus book thing, and I'm happy that I do, because this game is such a blast. It is literally just a toy box. I think this game is fantastic. It's my favorite Smash game easily. It's the best Smash game easily. But this has Greninja and Joker next to each other. I mean, you can't beat that deal. You can't beat it. So there you go. There's my video game collection as of April 2022. And overall, I am still really happy with this collection. Do I wish I bought more N64 games rather than buy none? Yeah. But what are you gonna do? So I guess I will see you guys next year for next year's catalog. That makes it sound like I'm not gonna make videos until next year. Okay, what I'm trying to say is you're gonna see unscripted me next year again, maybe before, I don't know. I'll see you again for next year's catalog, and then in between I'll also see you then for other videos. You get what I'm trying to say, or am I just dumb? I'm probably just stupid. I don't.